Welcome to Landscape Management Network's 5S for Productivity video. This month, we're not looking for you to invent a whole new service line or reinvent your company to suit a new market of customers. We've seen over 1,000 company budgets from North American landscapers from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast. And if there's one thing we've seen, it's that most landscapers have profit already in their business that gets wasted in inefficiency. There's lots of new and innovative things every business can do to increase sales. But before you grow your company, why not make every effort to make sure that your company operates at maximum efficiency? Then you can go on worrying about growing your business. Without good systems, we see many landscape companies operating at around 60% efficiency. By just reducing waste, mistakes, pricing problems, and other issues, these companies could see huge increases in sales revenue and profit by making the most out of the resources that they already have. Skeptical? We were too, until we saw the results play out in our own landscape contracting business. The results were amazing. By reducing waste and making the most out of every billable production hour, we saw great gains in sales and net profit without increasing our people. Improving your efficiency is a far easier way to improve your business. Instead of throwing more people at more work and scrambling even harder to stay on top of it all, you can focus your efforts on doing your work very, very efficiently. And the results will surprise you. Increased sales, increased profits, and decreased headaches. After all, a $1 million company who makes a 20% net profit makes the same profit as a $5 million company who makes a 4% profit. Which company do you think would be easier and more enjoyable to own and operate? So what is 5S? Let's take a look at this one concept that we can easily apply to our business, 5S. 5S has been around for centuries, but it's only really started to get its name during the Japanese revival after World War II. Toyota executives came to inspect American car plants, and they were impressed with the automation in the plants, but they were also taken aback by the amount of waste they saw. They saw wasted raw materials, wasted finished inventory, and wasted time as employees stopped the line to get missing parts or locate missing raw materials. These very same Toyota executives also inspected American grocery stores, and they're very impressed at the organization and simplicity in which their inventory and reordering systems worked. Next time you go into a grocery store, just look up at the signs over the aisles. It's amazing that of the thousands and thousands of products available in a grocery store, you can find almost everything you're looking for just by looking at those aisle signs, which usually don't have any more than 10 items listed per sign. The Toyota executives combined all the research from these American firms and came up with the Toyota Production System, a systemized way of producing automobiles with minimum waste. And 5S was a core principle of that Toyota Production System. 5S stands for the following. Sort. This involves removing or relocating anything that's not needed for current production. The next step is set in order. And this involves arranging items that you need for production so that they're easily accessible and so that everyone knows exactly where they will be found and where they need to be put away. The third S is shine, and this means we keep our job sites, trucks, and shops neat and clean. Messy job sites show our customers and their neighbors that we have little or no control over our operations. Messy shops and offices show our employees that we as owners lack control. The fourth S is to standardize. Standardization means that everyone's roles and responsibilities are clear. Employees are trained on the way we do things here. A McDonald's employee handbook is a great example of standardization. Every McDonald's employee in every city across the world knows exactly what's expected of them and how they're supposed to carry out their tasks. And the fifth S is sustain. And this means that we conduct regular inspections, reviews, and evaluations to make sure that 5S practices are being carried out as they should be. Employees work to the way they're measured. If you don't measure your organization, you're going to have a disorganized and inefficient company. So how does 5S apply to a landscape company? First of all, 5S can apply to every company, and it will make improvements to your bottom line. But let's dive into some specific details for a landscape company. Let's start with the first S, sort. Sort means that you keep your working areas free and clear of any unnecessary items. If it's not needed in the short term for production, then get it out of the way. Your yards and shops are typically great places to start. Most contractors we know, including ourselves, accumulate materials that you just might need one day. Sooner than later, your yard and shop are filled with unnecessary materials, stored everywhere with little to no organization. The materials that you'll probably never use start interfering with the tools, parts, and materials that you actually do use. If you have to keep clutter somewhere at your yard, create a clutter zone away from your productive tools and equipment where your clutter can be limited to one space. Your trucks should always be kept clean, inside and out. Your trucks are driving billboards, advertisements for your company. Nobody wants to see dirty trucks full of junk parked outside the front of their house. Employees who drive the site in trucks full of old clothes, broken tools, and old lunch wrappers on the ground are the same employees who lose paperwork, forget to pick up critical materials, and who lose expensive tools and equipment on job sites. Trucks kept free of clutter will eliminate the excuses for disorganization, but it's not going to come naturally from your people. As an owner or supervisor, you need to ensure that sorting gets enforced from the top. Your job sites should also be kept free of clutter and waste. When your job sites are neat, then your customers are happy. Their neighbors, your potential future customers, are happy, and your sites are productive and also safe. The second S is called set in order. Set in order means that everything has its right place. Labels, containers, and designated areas make things really easy to find and make people accountable for putting them away correctly. No excuses. All your tools, parts, and materials should have a designated, labeled storage spot. You'll find that your company and its employees spend less time loading and unloading trucks, less time looking for items, that they waste less materials, and you'll eliminate last-minute runs to suppliers because you are out of something that somebody thought you had in stock. All of these time savings translate into increasing your production or billable hours for your crews. The third S is for shine, and this means things are kept neat and clean. Someone in each crew should be assigned to wipe down the inside of trucks each night. Keep your tools and equipment organized in the back of your trucks and trailers, and keep your customer job sites neat and tidy before you leave at the end of the day. Waste from your job sites should be brought back every night, eliminating needless disposal runs at the end of your jobs. If your trucks are coming back every night, they should be carrying job site waste so that there's no need for wasted trips at the end of a job. Your sites will be cleaner, and you'll save the costs of a truck and crew making needless waste disposal runs at the end of a project. Shine also applies to your shop and office. You can't have a messy shop and office and expect that your job sites are kept perfectly neat. It just won't be sustainable. Your company has to be clean and professional looking from top to bottom, or the program just won't stick. The fourth S is for standardize. This means you need to train your employees on the way things get done in your company. You can't expect to find people who just get it instinctively. It's hard enough finding great people in the green industry. Your company needs to set clear standards for your work, from planting specifications to equipment inspections to quality control checklists. If you really want to improve quality and productivity in your company, then you need to communicate people's responsibilities with crystal clarity. The more room for people to do things their own way, the more frustrated you'll be with your business and your people. Landscape Management Network Systems Library was built for this purpose. There's over 600 forms and checklists to give you responsibilities instead of job titles. Our library includes checklists for project binders, vehicle inspections, daily crew meetings, health and safety procedures, and almost anything else a landscape business owner would want to ensure that their jobs are done the right way every time. Standardization also means that you have to invest in training. but it's a small price to pay when you consider the potential gains. With good training, everyone in your company knows and shares the same expectations for safety, quality, and productivity, and in that order. LMN professional members get unlimited access to a library of online training courses that teach the principles of 5S and waste reduction, so that your employees can train anytime and anywhere there's an internet connection. The final S is for sustain, and that means you need to follow up and routinely inspect to make sure that every one of your crews are following the 5S procedures. If you don't measure the process, you're going to lose control. Again, Landscape Management Network system and professional members have full access to the systems library, which contains customizable 5S checklists and inspections that you need to ensure your crews are carrying out your vision for a more efficient, more productive company. You might ask yourself, are your crews really spending that much time looking for things? The answer is almost certainly yes. Your non-billable payroll hours are probably, like the rest of the industry, far higher than we'd like to admit to ourselves. But organization goes way beyond just time savings looking for things. Your shop, trucks, and office will look more professional, which will attract the same type of clients. A professional workplace will inspire people to work more professionally. Think McDonald's. They employ mostly high school students, but the quality and consistency from store to store is amazing, especially considering the volume of customers they see. You're also going to reduce needless trips to vendors due to lack of organization. You'll reduce wasted material inventory, and you will be able to hold people responsible and accountable for the actions. If the system and the procedure is clear, then there are no good reasons not to follow it. All these benefits add up on your bottom line. But if you're still skeptical, work with us through the following quiz. Go ahead and click play on the next video to take the 5S test for yourself and see how you can improve your business's efficiency, productivity, and profitability.